Hi, everyone. I just want to say, first of all, that I'm very excited because I got brand new windshield wipers and they are shiny and doing a fine job. And the reason that I had to get brand new windshield wipers is it started raining here. This is Monday evening. Like 5:45 Monday evening. And it started raining here on Friday evening, and it rained pretty much consistently until last night, maybe midnight, 11, and so it didn't rain today, and now it started raining again, and it's supposed to keep doing that until the middle of the night tonight. Of course, who am I to complain? Y'all, my understanding, are having record-breaking cold, and so yeah, a little rain never hurt anybody. I will say this, that life here is so much easier than life there. I still miss living there, but life is so much easier here. That being said, I was thinking about my whole paper route theme, and I don't have a lot of paper route stories, so I think most of what I had to say I probably said, but there are a couple of things that I was thinking about, and that is that I had to get up at 4 o'clock to do this. And I remember the first morning that I did it. So I think that I had tried to go to bed early, and I think I had trouble getting to sleep because I was nervous. And on my first day, the guy who was like I think he was the sales manager or whatever, but he was like in charge of us. Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't mess anything up. Sorry, that was just my low battery thing came on. Anyway, that he was like in charge of the little paper boys and recruiting us and training us. And anyway, so he picked me up that morning. But but what I remember is when the alarm went off at 4 o'clock. I just couldn't believe how early it was, how early it felt. I hadn't thought about this in years, but as I thought about it, I remember this feeling of, it was almost like shock. Like, this is crazy. And I've always had a feeling, and I still have this feeling now too. To me, 4 o'clock in the morning is not morning. It's still night. 5 o'clock is morning, but not 4. Anyway, I remember that. Oh, I just now remember. So I had this wind-up alarm clock that Papa had brought back from England. I think. And this thing was loud. It was round. It had little gold bells on top of it. I mean, it looked like something out of a Disney movie. But it wasn't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So first of all, the thing would go tick, tick. It was really loud. And then before the alarm would go off, it would go dink, dink, dink. And I remember that sound after it woke me up all these times. That sound would just make me feel ill for this having to get up in the middle of the night and go deliver stupid newspapers. But anyway, my first day, my first morning delivering these papers, the sales manager guy comes to our house. He shows me how to pack the papers and what to do and how to count them and write down the number that I'm supposed to have and what to do if there's any missing and that sort of thing like that. So we do that. But what I remember is that it was winter, and there had been snow on the ground, and I think the day before it had snowed, and then it had gotten cold, and then everything had frozen, and then it had gotten warm and started raining again. So I'm out on my first morning delivering papers. I'm 14, I think, maybe 15. And this guy's driving around in his car, and it is pouring down buckets of rain, big old drops. And plus, this is all on top of ice and snow. So it's just as slippery as all get out. I can barely stand up. I remember at one point, this is a good memory now, actually, that I think through this, but I remember at one point, I went up to the house, I threw the paper on the porch, and I came back and they had like this wire fence or whatever. And as I came around, my feet just slid, and I had to grab onto the edge of this fence to keep from going down. And I'm sure I did go down a time or two. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just, and I will tell you the truth. Why I didn't just quit. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. I guess that is something that Mama and Papa instilled in us, that I don't think it ever occurred to me to quit. I had said that I would take the job, and I took the job, and I kept that job until we moved. I mean, a good year and a half later, I guess, I did that stupid job. But again, I just that first day was horrible. I mean, I don't think it could have been much worse. I'm trying to think. The only other thing I can think of about delivering papers is that it was so early in the morning, and if I mentioned this in my last post, I apologize. But it was so early in the morning that I would get up, I'd get my papers, I would go start walking my route, and I used to have this feeling that, I mean, I knew it wasn't real, but I also had this feeling like there was nobody left in the world but me. I mean, that's how it felt. There were no cars, there were no people moving around. It was just, just the oddest feeling. And, and weirdly enough, I'll say this too, that I don't ever remember being scared, like frightened, like of the dark, or that, that there were boogeymen or ghosts or anything like that. I mean, I surely must have been. Again, I was not very old. And again, I mean, I did this early in the morning. But yeah, anyway, okay. Thank you for letting me remember my paperboy days. Love you.